Welcome back to my channel, Sagittarius. Let's go ahead and jump straight in. Of course, any information you may be looking for will be listed in the description box, so just check there. And thank you for your likes, comments, shares, and subscribes. It definitely does help the channel out. If you do want to see future readings and you don't want to miss out, make sure that you also hit the notification bell and the subscribe button. But let's jump straight in. Let's look at the situation at hand. The next 72 hours for my Sagittarius. So we have the Ace of Swords as the first card, the Page of Pentacles as the second card, and we have the Three of Swords as the third card. So the situation here, Sagittarius, you're at a space to where you're starting to see clearly now that the rain is gone. Okay, it's like you're starting to get clear vision in terms of what is the best plan of action for you. And for a lot of you, there could be a conversation that's going to happen during the next couple of days too that could give you this clarity, or just a personal epiphany you guys may stumble upon. But with the Page of Pentacles and the Three of Swords, you could be dealing with a romantic interest where the potential is definitely there. It just needs to be actualized. Like, it needs to actually be put into motion in order for this potential to materialize or become something. And for a lot of you, you could be deciding that you don't want to keep waiting, especially if it has been this like waiting process or this waiting game, or even this issue of you dealing with someone who doesn't really make it clear in terms of what they want or how far they want to take things. Okay, another thing that I'm picking up on, Sagittarius, you could be in this mindset of like wanting to start a new project, wanting to start a new stream of income. Okay, if you're not careful, by focusing on past disappointments or things that didn't necessarily work out, all this does is throw you off and keep you in the same position. So you could be thinking about what has went wrong, but only think about what didn't work out in the past in the sense of learning from it, like a learning lesson, and not internalizing it and then stopping yourself in your tracks. But possible challenge, we have the Page of Swords, we have the Ten of Swords, and we also have the Six of Cups. So the challenge here, you could have certain people who are like the gossipy type. So be careful who you're telling your business to. You could have certain friends who don't really mean you the best in terms of like telling your business to other people, or even giving you like advice from a very spiteful place. Another thing I'm picking up on, Sagittarius, the challenge could be executing some brilliant ideas that you may have. You may have all these different ideas swirling in your head and all these possibilities of things that you might want to explore, but it's the concrete plan to getting there or how to execute it that you may be needing more information on. And you could feel like that's a little difficult during this time frame. Okay, you could also, now this is not for everyone, you could be struggling with this issue of checking your ex's social media, or you could notice that your ex checks your social media a lot and it makes it really, really hard for you to move on. Okay, the challenge also could be intense dreams or memories of like certain things that have happened recently. Your mind could also just be in the clouds. You could find yourself in a very daydreamy energy. So pulling yourself out of that's going to be important. But beyond that, when it comes to the advice, we have the Queen of Swords, the Justice card, and the Devil. So finding ways to, like I said, ground yourself mentally through meditation, through whatever, of course, works for you, taking a walk. All right, but also being realistic during this time frame. Okay, being real with yourself, being blunt, being straight to the point, especially if you do have anyone that's trying to come in who could be like an energetic drain for you. You're gonna have to really stand on logic and weighing out your heart and mind in terms of whether or not you want to deal with this person. If they do come back, you're really gonna have to like think things through in terms of this. For others of you, the advice here I'm also hearing stay out of the way of karma. So by you maybe dealing with someone who could be pretty toxic or who could be like the source of you feeling drained and stuck, you could be interfering with this person's personal karma journey and may not even be aware of it. So it's just kind of being careful of that too. And another thing is using discernment. Discernment is going to be key, but let's keep going. When it comes to love, what does the energy look like for love for Sagittarius for the next 72 hours? So we have the Five of Swords, the Lovers, and the Emperor. So yes, if you guys could be dealing with someone who self-sabotages, like they're genuinely interested in you, but they could have this issue with self-sabotaging due to the fact that they've dealt with some really interesting connections in the past, or currently going through this issue of not necessarily knowing what they want and having to choose between you and maybe another person, or like I said, vice versa. This could be you self-sabotaging. But what I'm getting over the next 3 days, I see you guys having to make a crucial choice on whether or not you want to continue to deal with this person due to, like I said, them self-sabotaging, or you dealing with someone who could be slightly manipulative. Like they could be the type to where they say and do things and don't really take in consideration of how you may be affected in the end. Or like they know how to say the right things or do the right things to kind of draw you back in. And again, if you're on a break period with someone like this during this time frame, I do see them maybe trying to come back. But the choice or the ball is going to be in your court in terms of whether or not you want to deal with this. Now, some of you, it's more of a personal self-sabotaging thing. Like the issue could be that you want to connect with someone, but the challenge could be being open to new love or going back to the past. So you may have to ask yourself some important questions in terms of, what do you truly want? Okay. Now, when it comes to career and finance, I have the Moon card, the Four of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. So yeah, Sagittarius, you may be in a space to where you don't necessarily know where things are headed for you in terms of career. There's a lot of things that you want to do, that you've been sitting back thinking about pursuing. Maybe you've been a little scared to actually pursue it because you don't really know how that's going to play out. But it's a lot of thinking, contemplating over the next couple of days. Okay, you just may not be that sure. And you may not be sure too in terms of like your current job, if this is something that you want to do long term, or if there's something else you should be doing. So it's a lot of reflective energy around that. Okay, when it comes to finances, that could be a thing too. You could be trying to figure out like brainstorming. How could I make more money? And how could I also like tackle certain debts that maybe you've been putting off? But let me pull a final message card. What is the final message for my Sagittarius from their spiritual team? So we have Skull of Light, Illumination. So a lot of things are going to be revealed to you over the next couple of days and beyond it. Just be open to see things from a place of reality and from a place of what is, and not, you know, clinging on to any illusions or beliefs that may not necessarily be the truest. And also, as things become revealed to you, as more insight gets revealed to you, there's a need for you to adjust accordingly, okay? But thank you for watching. I hope that this reading was helpful and to give you insight. If you enjoyed, thumbs the video up, subscribe, and I will see you later.